Hey, what's up guys? So we are going to be doing a deck profile for the Blue Eyes White Dragon Turbo deck that I was playing, and it revolves around the Heretic monsters as well as using Rabbit to spam Blue Eyes as much as possible, as quickly as possible. So let's get started with the deck profile, then I'll explain things as we go along. So I play triple Alexandrite Dragon because Thunder King hurts this deck a lot because this deck does not like to deal with Thunder King because you usually want to go for a Daigusto Emerald if possible, and then from there you'll be able to get out your Blue Eyes. And I'm pretty sure Thunder King would say, nope, not happening in Daigusto. So that's why there's like 3 Alexandrite Dragon, plus it's just a dragon, which works very well with something like Dragon's Mirror. Now you could definitely play more than 1 Dragon's Mirror, but I think 1 is kind of enough. I definitely wish there was some card where you can add it to my hand, but Gold's Arc a little bit slow. And plus, your opponent always sees it coming. But yeah, there's 2 5-headed dragons at the off chance that, I don't know. Like I said, I was playing 2 before. But as far as Alexandrite Dragon, just getting 2 of those dragons in the graveyard, not bad. Gets over Thunder King, and it allows you to, go for a quick Daigusto Emerald play if you have a Blue Eyes already in the graveyard. Next up, I play triple Blue Eyes, because it wouldn't be a Blue Eyes deck without triple Blue Eyes. So I just got the different artworks, and this one he's like shooting, what is it? Blue Lightning, I believe, is the attack they call it in the anime. But, I like this artwork. I think this is the coolest artwork, but yeah. There's 3 Blue Eyes, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. They don't have an effect. It's a normal monster. But next, I play BLS because it is a Chaos BLS. I'm sorry, it's not a BLS deck, I swear. It's just the Chaos monsters happen to work well because I'm playing the Heretic engine. Just, it allows me to get Blue Eyes into the grave really fast and, bring out the vanilla monsters. And you could actually make a card that requires normal monsters. This is Thunder and Dragon. It's probably a card you haven't seen before, but we'll go over it right now. So it requires 2 level 8 normal monsters. So Blue Eyes is a fantastic card to use for this. So once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card to destroy all other monsters on the field. Now, I wish I hit the back row too, so I had that Judgment Dragon effect, but unfortunately it does not. But, still 3,000 attacker, still a relatively good card to go for. Plus, he's another dragon, so Dragon's Mirror, more cards are always good for Dragon's Mirror. But, yeah, 3 Blue Eyes, definitely good. And I also have triple trade-in because, I could add Blue Eyes with Whitestone, and Whitestone is another dragon. Plus, he is a tuner in the off chance that you will be synchroing, but this deck usually just goes for XYZs. Next up, play BLS because it's a pretty good card, and most of the stuff, Light and Dark, it works relatively well. Same with Chaos Sorcerer, and then Gorz, just, he saves me from losing. And then I play Triple Suit, because like I said, it's the Heretic variant. So I'm playing Triple Suit, Triple Tefnuit, and that's pretty much it for the Heretic, or Heretic. And then I play the 2 of the Searchers. And then I play Honest, because, everything's light. Honest is a pretty good card, especially when you combo it with this. It's really nasty. And then I play 2 Mexi, and then I play 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and 2 of the Rescue Rabbits to go for the Alexandrite Dragon, and 2 Summoner Monks because it definitely helps me make a Daigusto Emerald as fast as possible. And since it was like a turbo variant, I tried to get it out as many times as I possibly could as fast as possible, and Summoner Monk definitely helps out with that. Because sometimes you have a dead trade-in, maybe you had a dead Cards of Constance that you just don't have the target for, and it works relatively well for that. Then I play 3 Whitestone Legend, just lets me add a Blue Eyes. It's not bad because, sometimes if you have a trade-in, it just works out really well. And so, yeah, I play triple Cards of Consonance. Also, your only card really to go for Cards of Consonance is this. But if, you dead draw them or you don't have any targets, Summoner Monk is always a potential card that you can draw into, and you can just summon a level 4 monster. Not bad. And then I play Dark Hole, and then Heavy. Well, Reborn should be over here. These 3 should always be right next to each other. And then I play 1 Dragon's Mirror. If you don't know what Dragon's Mirror is, you remove from play. It's kind of like a Miracle Fusion, but for dragons, and basically you can get a 5-headed dragon out. This card is definitely a dead draw early on in the game if you don't have your combos, but sometimes I feel like I want to run 3 of these because it's like so good, because realistically nothing can destroy this by battle, because except for Light. Light is the only thing that can destroy 5-headed dragon by battle. So you just get out 5-headed dragon. It's a 5,000 attacker. That's insane. But it also has another effect, which rarely gets used because no one ever can attack over this. But it does have the effect. This card cannot be destroyed by battle with a Dark, Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind. But unfortunately, Light, which is, cards that play Lights usually play Honest, so that's like the only downside to 5-headed dragon. But yeah, you could definitely opt to play more if you wanted to make this deck more competitive, perhaps more sacky. I don't think the deck is by any means tier 1, but I definitely think it's a fun deck just to play because Blue Eyes, I thought he had a lot better support, but actually it turns out Dark Magician actually has better support that, cards when you activate, when you control a face-up, Blue Eyes, not as good as Dark Magician. Dark Magician has some pretty good cards, which I will be making a Dark Magician deck in the future. But yeah, this is just the Blue Eyes one. then play 2 MSCs just to get, you know, your combos off. It just works nice. I was going to try to play like the triple Night Beams, but I found out like Summoner Monk works really well because getting out Emerald, if you guys don't know Emerald, basically he's 2 level 4s, and he has this other effect. Pretty much everyone uses his effect of this, which is kind of like a mini Pot of Avarice, but the main effect is the Pot of Avarice, of course, but the main effect we use him for is to target one non-effect monster in your graveyard and special summon that. Now this card can be really nasty, especially if it survives and you've already went through like maybe a Heretic play, or Heretic. I know there's always people that talk about pronunciation. No, it's wrong. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, if you go through one like these plays and you get like multiple blue eyes out, and like let's say you you go for a Daigusto Emerald, you get your blue eyes, nothing goes wrong, you get everything, and then your opponent maybe doesn't have any cards, and you can like MSC, you can pretty much game them. I mean, double blue eyes plus a Daigusto Emerald, that's 6,800 points of damage, and anyone taking that much is pretty much centered to lose, especially if you can go for like a gunman, or I'm sorry, cowboy, because they changed his name. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. But lastly, we have 3 trade-ins, and the targets are just blue eyes. Like I said, you can have dead cards, but I mean, in the off chance that you have nothing you can use, you can always trade in BLS, which is never a good idea. But, you know, sometimes if the situation calls for it, it is definitely viable. Now, as far as the extra deck, I was originally playing 2 dragons in here, that's why there's 2 5-head dragons out, but you can definitely put in some synchros in here because I do have White Stone of Legend, which is surprisingly a tuner. But yeah, you could definitely play some more synchros, but majority of the time I did go for XYZs. So we're going to go over some of the cards. So there's Constellar Omega, which you can make with Rabbit because Alexandrite Dragon is a light. So it requires 2 level 4 light monsters, and once per turn during either player's turn, you can attach a material from this card. This turn, all face-up Constellar monsters you control are unaffected by spell and trap cards. So it's a decent card sometimes if you don't really want to go for a Daigusto Emerald, perhaps. 24 that's unaffected by spell and trap, pretty good. Next up, we have Gaga Cowboy, because, you know, sometimes you get that 800 burn, and it's so nasty. I hate losing to this card, and I hate winning with this card, because I always feel like, oh, I shouldn't have actually won, because it's just dirty. It's like, they have like a huge field, and they have like a whole bunch of these monsters, like Stardust, and like all this stuff, and like, it's cool, I'm gonna go to defense, and then burn you. It's so dirty. Next, I'm gonna play a Heretic, Dragon King of Atum. He's pretty good. I mean, he should be self-explanatory. You go for red eyes majority of the time, then you go red eyes to get back blue eyes, and it's just nasty. And then you can always overlay. Oh, why is that card not in here? Let's add that card. This card should be in here. So I'm gonna make this deck better for you guys right now. So add this card. So after you go for Atum, because Atum has this effect of this card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. His effect is that you can detach 1 material to special summon 1 dragon type monster from your deck and make its attack and defense 0. However, it does not negate their effect. So you can go for like something like Red Eyes and then activate Red Eyes effect, get back a Blue Eyes, and or you know, get whatever you need to in the you know, circumstance that requires it. And then after you've already essentially used his effect, you just bam, overlay for this guy. And this is just a 2600 attacking piercer. Plus it's another dragon. More cards for Dragon's Mirror, always good. And then we have 2 Heretic Sun Dragon of the Overlord of Heliopolis. Pretty good card. There's a few times where I wanted to make this multiple times. Like, that's why there's 2. Honestly, the Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon never really comes out, but it was just there, just in case I could pull it off. I was like, yeah, you can just throw it in there. But realistically, you should probably play, you know, other synchros like Stardust and like, I don't know, Catastor wouldn't even be bad, but you can definitely make this deck better. Like I said, it was more made for a fun deck, but by all means, make it more competitive. Let me know in the comment section below, and I definitely want to make a Dark Magician deck in the future, so I'll be checking your guys' comment. Maybe there's some better support for normal monsters, perhaps, that I am not playing. And then I play number 50, Black Ship of Corn, really good card, and I do like both of them. Like, sometimes, like, they go for a Gotchi or a Zen Mains, and you could just pound that thing and just win from that. Although this definitely gets rid of the monster. They only take 1,000, but if you can move a Gotchi to attack position, just attack over it, you know, just a bunch of times. Or if you flip a Spirit Reaper to attack position, like if it's a face-down Spirit Reaper, its effect will not activate. Keep that in mind. You know, it would destroy itself. But yeah, you can move that Spirit Reaper if it's face-down, like you know that they have a Spirit Reaper. Pretty good stuff, and then you just attack them for game. Really nasty with the Photon Butterfly. And then I play Roach, just random there. And then we have Thunder and Dragon, which requires 2 level 8 normal monsters, and it has the effect of once per turn you can attach 1 material from this card, destroy all other monsters on the field. Now it's almost as good as Judgment Dragon, but it doesn't clear the back row. but you know, I think it may be too good. It might be too easy to pull off in this deck if you can have that effect, but you know, it's pretty cool. I do want to make a Dark Magician deck in the future, so if you guys have any suggestions, because I typed in the Magician, because there's a whole bunch of good support for Dark Magician. I actually thought there was better, but this card right here. So you're telling me if I go for a Daigusto Emerald and just get back Dark Magician, I could basically Harpy's Feather Duster them? That's kind of cool. I definitely think that this card has some potential. I will be making a Dark Magician deck because, you know, meta is fun and all, but, you know, it gets boring, and that's why I love playing, like, these random deck ideas. But, yeah, I think that this is a pretty interesting build because Daigusto Emerald lets you get out Blue Eyes, and it's pretty cool. I mean, even if you only have like one Blue Eyes and like, you know, their field's blank, still 4,800 points of damage, which would be Daigusto Emerald plus just one attack from one Blue Eyes. 4,800 damage is a lot of damage, and on top of that, if you can go for a Heretic play, you probably can OTK them. This deck can OTK really easy, I've noticed that, especially with this card. But at that point, you probably have already won the game if you're going for like a Heretic play, plus you have like Daigusto Emerald out. But yeah, I mean, you could go special summon this, okay, I get a Blue Eyes for free. And if you have another Heretic in your hand, you can activate the effect to, you know, tribute one in your hand, and then pop a back row, and then get out another Blue Eyes, and then you can go for something like Thunder Ender. Like, there's so many options for this deck, and I think it's very cool. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for this deck to make it better, I would definitely love to hear them, because I want to see how it can do against the Fire Kings, because Fire Kings, they don't like monsters with high attack, and, you know, anything over, I believe, 2,700, they don't really like. So Blue Eyes, he's 3,000. Plus, if you get out this, it's pretty nasty. Like, there's no way that they're getting around that by attacking into it. Like, they can lance this thing all day. 4,200 still is too much for, like, realistically any deck to deal with. But there's deck profile, because I had a few guys ask me for it, and the only change, like I said, from my deck was I was originally playing 2 of the Dragon's Mirror. I almost want to play 3, but sometimes I'm like, oh, sometimes you have dead draws in this deck, which does happen. But there's this card, which gets rid of this, and there's this, which, you know, you can just get rid of that. And plus you get Blue Eyes, like, it's pretty good. But anyways, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this deck, because it's pretty interesting. I'll put a few of the games down below in the description box if you guys want to check out how the deck played and see the funny shenanigans that was pulled off. But anyways, thanks for watching. Asian Eyes signing out.